So the first thing is to set up a Windows server, which will serve as our local server for this exercise. So after that, after deploying that, we want to just access that Windows server. So this is Windows Server 2019 data center. So you RDP into that Windows server. That's the username. So put my password and wait for the RDP to open. Alright, I have to drag it to the screen here. Alright. So the next is to set up the Windows Server for assessment. So how do we do that? Once the Windows Server opens, let's wait for it to open. So here we press the control key, that's the Windows key rather. Then type CMD just to get the command prompts. After that, that's just type the column and then enter. So there, we want to download a CAD file. So we want that CAD file to be like the file that we have on our local server. That's why we put that call HTTPS from GitHub. Then we expand the zip file. Alright, so select the compressed folder and extract all. That's it. So in this same local server, I want to complete the assessment. So what we need to do is to do a system and data file check. So we'll launch a PowerShell as administrator. So we want to do a system and data file check by we're going to invoke Azure Storage Sync compatibility check. So just I have that command already. I'll just copy and paste it here. Alright, while we wait for that to complete, we want to test the files only now. So while we wait for the files to give us the output, because we are testing the files if the file is like will pass the assessment or is supported to be moved. Also, we want to test the system requirements. So there is a command to test the system requirements. So you can see that one also passed. Then we can save the results in CSV file. Saving the results in CSV file. So now we need to set up Azure File Sync in the portal. So we'll have to just leave this local machine, that's our on-prem server, and go back to the Azure portal. So from there, we want to create a storage account that we're going to be using. So I'll just leave the rest as default as it is after picking my name. Then we'll wait for that to create, review and create. Okay, now we create it again. After the review, create. So after that, we'll wait for the storage account to be deployed. Then we'll create file share. Alright, that's complete. So now we're about to create a file share. We'll go to the storage accounts. From there, go to this data storage and the file, that's file share. So we'll create it, say new file share. Okay, so put a name there. So I just want to name this card file share. And I'll leave it the way it is, transaction optimized. That's fine, that's it here. So let me just review and create. Then I want to create a storage sync now. So we'll search for that on in the marketplace. So let's just type Azure Storage Sync. Storage File Sync. Okay. So just select that and create. So give it a name here. So after picking my resource group, so I'm going to give it the same resource group that I've been using. That I'll give it like card sync service. So I can now review and create. No, so the next is to create. So while we are waiting for this to create, we also need to create a sync group inside that sync service, storage sync service. So we'll just go to resource because it's now completed. So we can go to the sync group now. Sync group. So new. So we'll give it a name. So I just want to call the sync group name, let's say card files. Then I want to select the storage account. Okay, storage account. And that's it. Select create. So while that is creating, we go back to our on-prem server, which is our local server. So here we just want to go and disable the IE enhanced security configuration. So we remove, we off for the what's it called, this use a different account. Okay, let's say enhance, that's fine. They want to install Azure File Sync agent. So but first we need to install Microsoft Edge so that we can download our Azure File Sync agent. So how do we install the Microsoft Edge? I'll put the microsoft.com/edge and accept, run that. So when that is completed, then I can now go to this download center page for file sync. So I just want to accept all these and move on, because all I need is this browser to be able to download my Azure File Sync. Alright, now that we have the browser on, so just go to microsoft.com/, there's a link for that, and the Azure File link which I want to. So the essence of this is to select the agent that I'll be installing. That's the storage sync agent, and the storage sync agent depends on the type of window that you're using. If you're using 2016, you should be able to select. You can see if you're using 2012, you should be able to select it. So I'm using 2019, so I'll just select 2019, download. And the next is to install the file sync agent, which is just like running the setup wizard. So it's like but the essence is to just register the Windows server. So as we're trying to do that now, just to run that, and we first, after installation, we'll have to register the Windows server itself. So that is completed. Next, let's just confirm that our Windows server is registered. You can see we have it as updated, so it means we can use. So let's register it. So I'll put my credentials here, log into my Azure. So this is asking for the code sent to my email, so I just want to quickly get that. Put the code, then verify. So yeah, select my subscription, the resource group that I'm using, and also the sync service. So register. So we'll go back to our portal. We want to add server endpoints. So we'll go to the storage sync service we created. So we want to add server endpoint here. Okay. Sync group, select, then next is to look for the server. That's cloud endpoints, but what I wanted to do is to add server endpoints. Okay, so I think server endpoint is just down here. I'll select server endpoints, not cloud, server endpoints. Okay, yeah. After that, we just do the needful. Register the Windows server. That's the name of that my local server. Then put the paths. Don't forget the path is the column /cat files, right? So after that, I want to. So let me check. I think I should enable this cloud tiering option. Okay, let me just enable that. That's part of the reason for this tutorial. So what is here? Okay, no, I think I should just enable this cloud enable tiering. Okay, enable. And that is that. So let me just leave the rest as it is. So create. So now we just want to confirm that the server is registered on the local machine. Then what do we need to do? We map go to the map network. Let's see. Okay. So I want to check the file sync now, if it is syncing or not. So what do we do here? We still need to find our connection detail first, which is on Azure portal. Alright, so here I need to just pick the storage account name. That's what we are going to set up the map drive. So I think I can just copy it up here. Let me just copy. Okay. So back to my on-prem. So I'll place it there. So just have to be careful with this, because when this naming convention is wrong, I mean, that's the end for everything we're doing. We just have issues with connecting with synchronization. So that's that. Let's do that, and we're done here. So here it's telling us to enter network credentials. So here we'll use Azure / for the username. Then we put the name of our that's extended card files, what I copied earlier. I can put it in front. Then to get the storage account name, that's what we're going to do. But for the password side, we just need to go and pick the key from the storage account, the access key. Don't forget we have access key that I on the storage account. So let's just go back to our Azure portal, then go to access key. So let me show this, then copy. So back to the local machine, paste it, and that's it. So we can just OK that, and that's for the map drive. So now the next is to check the file sync. Is our file really syncing? That's syncing between the on-prem and the cloud. So anything you do on-prem should be, we should have that replica on the cloud. So how am I doing this? I just want to expand both drive here. So if I do something on this folder in my left side, I should see the replica of it in this folder in my right. So it means one represents the cloud and one represents the local. So let me just let me click on the map drive. So that's why I'm putting it side by side so that you see it's not a magic, it's just what we set up. So it's not a magic. So if I right click this left folder, let's say, let me right click this. So I just want to show to you that what we do here, it's replicated on the cloud. That's in our storage account because that's where it's been saved. So let's just say new text. Let me first call it tests. Call it tests. So can you see the left? You can see the right hand side. Tests. I type here, it's replicating there. So I click a folder to open a folder. I put, so you can see we have the folder in the right hand side. If I let me just thank you for watching with text. Thank you for watching. You can see it is replicating in the right hand